I'm very pleased that my family, my brothers and my father, have given you so much joy. That's wonderful to hear. I'm really glad that... I remember when we first started out, I kept offering him a light. And he'd go, no, that's fine, that's fine. But as the day wore on, the cigar got shorter and shorter. And I finally figured out he was eating them.
Once the investigation is fully completed and definitive conclusions have been reached, we will address the findings with the public. Thank you for your understanding during this profoundly painful time.
It's always shocking when a familiar face from our childhood suddenly becomes a headline. And this time, it's a loss that has left fans around the world deeply saddened. Robert Carradine, the actor many people remember as the lovable nerd in Revenge of the Nerds and as the caring father in Lizzie McGuire, has passed away at the age of 71. But behind the smiles, the humor, and decades of entertainment, there was a personal battle that very few truly understood. According to reports, his family confirmed that he took his own life after quietly struggling with mental health challenges for nearly 2 decades. This news didn't just shock fans, it opened a deeper conversation. Born into a legendary Hollywood family, Robert Carradine was surrounded by talent from the very beginning. His father, John Carradine, and his brothers were already well known in the industry. But Robert didn't rely on his family name, he built his own identity through hard work and memorable roles. He began acting in the early 1970s, appearing in films like The Cowboys and Mean Streets, slowly building a career that would span over 50 years. But it was in 1984 that everything changed. His role as Lewis Skolnick in Revenge of the Nerds made him a cultural icon. He became the face of the underdog, the awkward, intelligent outsider who finally gets his moment. That character connected with millions of people who saw themselves in him. Years later, a whole new generation came to know him as Sam McGuire, the supportive and sometimes clueless dad in Lizzie McGuire. It showed his range, not just comedy, but warmth and relatability. Off-screen, however, life wasn't always as easy. His family revealed that he had been battling bipolar disorder for nearly 20 years. Despite this, they described him as someone who brought light into the lives of others, a person full of humor, kindness, and wisdom. In their emotional statement, they shared that even in a world that can feel dark, Robert was always a beacon of light. They also expressed hope that his story would help reduce the stigma around mental health, something that still affects millions of people silently. And that's the part that really hits hard. Because from the outside, everything looked fine. A successful career, a loving family, a legacy in Hollywood, but as we've seen time and time again, struggles are often invisible. Robert Carradine wasn't just an actor, he was part of people's memories. For some, he was the nerd who inspired confidence. For others, he was the TV dad who felt real and comforting. He leaves behind his children, family, and a legacy that will continue through his work. His passing is not just a moment of sadness, it's a reminder. A reminder to check in on people. A reminder that mental health matters. And a reminder that even those who make us smile might be fighting battles we cannot see. Robert Carradine may be gone, but the characters he brought to life and the joy he gave to millions will never be forgot.